You're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast, and man, oh man, did the Indiana Fever strike again? Fourth straight victory. Was able to put it on the Mystics, and it wasn't even close. Basically, they came in there and they kind of found their rhythm. They won 86-81 and led by Boston tonight. Boston finished up and had a pretty good ball game. Boston came out of there. She was able to get what she wanted to get the looks that she needed, and it kind of paid off for her. You know, if I look at it, at the end of the day, Boston finished with 22, 36 minutes, and you also had Smith finish with 11. Mitchell had 22, and you also got Caitlinclark filling in with 16. And you got Wheeler bringing 9 off the bench. And folks, let me tell you, I told you yesterday, I'll tell you the day after. And I'll tell you it again, I love Wheeler. I think Wheeler should be a starter. Across the board, you know, the Mystics, they couldn't put up much of a fight. Dolson led them with 14 points. Coming behind that, Samuelson 16 and Atkins dropped 27. They were never really in the ball game. I mean, Indiana outscored them in the first quarter, 21-17. And they just kind of kept the pace going all the way. Caitlinclark had an outstanding game again, no doubt about it, easy peasy. You know, when you look at it, and I look at Caitlinclark, what she does, you know, and I tell you she's a 5-star player tonight. Let me tell you what, led the team in rebounding, pulled down 12 boards, okay? Came out of there, you know, really struggled a little bit with the turnovers, had 6, but she's all over the court, making action, making plays, 6 assists tonight. Came out of plus 10. That's the big news right there. How was their efficiency on the court? Being a plus 10 with 16 points. Flirting around with the triple-double. Next thing you know, flirting around with the quadruple-double. And when you look at that, to top that off, Caitlinclark had 4 steals. Now, the Fever are able to get away with this because they are playing the Mystic, the Washington Mystic. Now, when you get, it seems like in the WNBA, there's Division I and Division II. When you get over to the Connecticut Sun, you get over there to Las Vegas Aces, who are struggling right now. You take a look at the New York Liberty and you take a look at Phoenix. Man, oh man. I mean, if it's not Division Power 5 on the top end, and you're talking about going as low as Division 2 on the bottom end. So what does that tell the Fever? Great win tonight. Christy Sides got on there, got herself a great win. However, this is a win against the bottom half of the league, starting to play good. Here's what's going to happen. You play the top half of the league. Boston, you know, got 22 points. But here's what always concerned me. When I look at the plus minus, Boston's a plus 2. 36 minutes on the floor. So really Boston got 22, but also got outplayed. I mean, they'll take the press conference. They'll tell you everything, how great of a game it was. But really, you got outplayed, okay? Smith came in there, was a plus 11. Okay, 3 for 8, 5 and 6 from the free throw line. Fifth had a great opportunity. I told you these guys got to be stretch 4s and stretch 3. You got them running twin towers. Got them coming in there and they're running together. However, you know, Smith had a couple open 3s, couldn't knock them down. Boston was able to get her feet set, knock them down. I can see Boston stretch out of there. A little bit more, going to have to get a little bit quicker, and Boston's going to have to get a little bit stronger hands when they play the Connecticut Sun. You know, you want to get in there because Connecticut just comes after you and tenaciously. Now, looking at it a little bit deeper, you know, when I look at Wallace played okay basketball, really plus 8, you know. And what that plus money tells them, if you're digging in on the defensive end while you're on the floor. Now, when I get to my favorite one that always gives me the headaches is Mitchell. 22 points tonight, dropped it in. 37 minutes Mitchell played. Now, here's the deal with Mitchell. Mitchell, guys, plays 37 minutes of plus 3, but you win 86-81. So you're even trailing in that. Here's the deal that bugs me with Mitchell. Mitchell got 22 points. You know, yeah, that's great. But when I look at Mitchell at the combo guard, Mitchell has 2 rebounds, 3 rebounds, really, 1 assist. Okay, 1 assist. Okay, that one there, for being the point guard last year, there's nothing that Mitchell does to score. And when we get on the defensive end, Mitchell really doesn't make rotations, doesn't move, just kind of watch players walk around until we go back on the other end. That's going to be a problem. But they got the win tonight. That's the most important thing. Christy Sides got them up there. They're looking in the playoffs right now, and it's going to be a doozy because they're 5-10. Okay, they're going to need, like I said, they need to pick up all these ball games till they get to the end of the month. And then when they get to the end of the month, they're going to have to find out, okay, what kind of team we really are. because I had a chance to watch the Liberty and the Suns. I'm looking at it, and for the life of me, I don't know how you get 4 Olympians on one team, okay, and then you got all the other Olympians on the other team. I mean, between the Liberty, the Aces, and the Sun, that's the whole USA team. There's nobody else you can get in there. So when they start playing these guys at the end of the month, the thing I see with Boston, great effort tonight, but you're going to have to get outside in the paint and play defense. They're going to stretch you out. So what does that tell me? That tells me that they're moving in the right direction. The offense is working. They got to execute it in the offense. I mean, that's the bottom line. Now, the other thing I saw, too, and I don't know why this is, normally when you play this many games, but it seems like to me that the WNBA officials are a step off. I don't know why the WNBA officials, I mean, you already have played 15 games. It seems like every time I watch a game, they're a step behind. They don't see the call. Calls happen in front of them. They're calling out of the area. I mean, those things you really don't want to see happen in a WNBA game, but it's actually happening. Why the officials are a step behind, I don't know. They're missing some obvious fouls. I've watched a lot of games now, and it's continuous. It's a pattern. But what I did see tonight is nobody did the hack-a-shack. Nobody hacked Caitlin-Clark tonight. It was just play basketball. Let's play it out. Let's match up. Let's see who's the best team, and let's see who's going to win. That happened to be the Fever tonight, so that's kind of where that's moving in that direction. Team's got some good opportunities to execute. What I did like about the Fever tonight, they controlled the tempo. They didn't let the game get away from them, and they did not give in on the defensive end. Yes, there's no doubt about it. Washington Mystics made some run, and they made some great runs. I mean, when you talk about Dolson sitting out there going 4 for 7 at the three-point line, Samuelson hitting 3 of 6, and that's another thing I really would like to see the Fever get really active in, and that's their three-point shooting. They're 8 of 23 tonight, 34%. If they can improve that and be aggressive with the three-point shot, I think they could do some damage. This team has potential, but there are some pieces that are out of place. One of my, I gotta tell you, Mitchell's got to do better, because when you're gonna have to play defense against the top flag guards in this league, and folks, let's be honest. I mean, some of these teams are so stacked. I mean, it's just not, you don't even have a chance when you play them. But here nor there, they got an opportunity to turn this thing around. I'd like to see different balance out of them. I'd like, for life of me, I mean, if I look at Mitchell's assists, you know, I really would like to see her have more assists. It just isn't there. She's too focused on scoring. Boston and Smith, great high-low play. They did the job. Caitlin-Clark battled it out. Didn't get the look she wanted. Forced a couple looks. Forced a couple passes. And a lot of the turnovers, those are not turnovers that are happening. She's trying to pinpoint. And if Boston could get a little stronger hands, I'm not saying they have the glue, but if you had hands like a Boumaquet or something like that, Boston could squeeze that ball. Now, they got to get developed inside out, because when you're going to go against the better teams, they're not going to give you those buckets inside. You got to kick the ball out, and you're going to have to find the shooters. Shooters knock down shots, Fever win. That's how they're going to play this game. It's an inside-out game. It's been around for over 100 years. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. We're powered up by Fanatics. We got nothing but good news to tell you. Is the Fever won, and they won convincingly. And all I can say is keep it rolling, keep the train rolling. By the end of July, you'll match up with the big girls, and you have to put your big girl pants on and go out there and claim one of those victories. And I want to see them take down the Liberty, take down the Sun, okay, or